And welcome graduates to the class of 2021. Welcome also to the family members, partners, and friends who are here to celebrate the achievement of your graduate. By virtue of you being here, you've been an important part of their journey. So my name is Andrea Edgington, and I'm the Hallman Director at the School of Pharmacy at the University of Waterloo. The School of Pharmacy is situated on the Haldimand Tract, land promised to the Six Nations that includes 10 kilometers on each side of the Grand River. This is the traditional territory of the Attawandaron, Anishinabeg, and Haudenosaunee peoples. And I've gratefully lived on this territory for most of my life. And you are joining us from all over Ontario and perhaps the rest of Canada and beyond. And I welcome you to this post-convocation reception from wherever you are today. This evening, we celebrate the graduates from all of our programs, including PhD, MSc, and PharmD. For almost all of you, this is a terminal degree, and that means it's the highest degree that you can be granted within your discipline, and it's a significant milestone. My terminal degree was a PhD, and the gown I'm currently wearing represents this and makes me proud of where I came from academically. And I hope that you will have the same pride from following today's convocation. The school is most certainly proud of the class of 2021. When you started pursuing your degree, no one had any idea about what was to come. The past 18 months have been exceptionally challenging for students, as well as faculty and staff of the school and the university. You showed tremendous resilience as you managed the many challenges presented during this pandemic, and you continue to learn, mostly remotely, conduct research, and treat patients. To give back and demonstrate what you've learned, many of you became essential to the work of COVID vaccination clinics, and perhaps even contributed to the One in Hour building that provided 78,000 doses to our local community. This makes me so very grateful to all the members of our school. Now you begin the world of work in different times, exciting times. What work looks like has changed. Moving forward, you may be navigating the virtual space, doing virtual consults, more so than what we thought possible when you started your degree. The profession of pharmacy and pharmacists as integral members of the healthcare team have most certainly been highlighted. What was open when COVID struck? Grocery stores and pharmacies. Pharmacists are and continue to be the most accessible healthcare providers, and you join this mighty profession. You now must be on notice, because when someone does something right, they're called upon again. The current vaccination rates in the community would not have been possible without pharmacists. And when the pediatric vaccine is approved, you'll be called upon again. In your journey to where you are today, you achieved a tremendous amount, but you likely didn't do it alone. You may be celebrating today with parents, grandparents, a partner, siblings, and certainly friends. You did the academic work, but they made you dinner, maybe financially supported you, hugged you when that IPFC exam grade was lower than expected, and celebrated with you when it was better than expected. This village around you is a reflection of you, and you are a reflection of it. If we were in person today, we would all applaud for these support systems, but since we're not, please take a moment to recognize those around you who have cared and supported you. Hopefully there's some hugs going on right now. As you venture out, and for most of you, take the PEBC exam and start a new job, your fellow classmates will continue to be there for you, as will the school. Some of you are researchers who will tackle the important medication and health-related problems of the century, and others are pharmacists who will be Canada's medication experts and provide exemplary patient care that you were trained to do, while pushing the boundaries of the profession. Regardless of what you do, you've joined a small but mighty alumni group, so welcome to this new community. Also, I encourage you to keep close with your fellow classmates. These relationships, they're built on intense shared experience, and I hope you'll cherish them until you're old and gray. In whatever you do, we know that you'll make the School of Pharmacy proud as you embark on your careers. You truly embody the spirit of Waterloo Pharmacy and help to support our vision to lead change for a healthier world. Congratulations, class of 2021. You've arrived successfully at Convocation, and we celebrate you. For the rest of our hour together, you'll hear from faculty and staff, from your valedictorian, and you'll see yourself. This will be followed by an awards presentation and finally a student experience video. To start off, some of our faculty and staff would like to share messages of congratulations.
I want to extend my congratulations to the class of 2021 on successfully completing the Doctor of Pharmacy program. When you started on this journey back in 2018, you had no idea what you were in for, and neither did the faculty or staff. And you've certainly gone through what we hope will be a once-in-a-lifetime experience. The unique experiences that you've had during your time in the pharmacy program, I think will serve you well in your professional career. You've demonstrated resilience, problem-solving ability, and that will only make you better pharmacists down the line. So congratulations, class of 2021. All the best, and I certainly look forward to seeing the contributions that you will be making to the profession of pharmacy and to the health of Canadians over the coming years.
Hey, class of 2021, you did it. You made it. You're done with long days of lectures and labs and assignments and midterms. A big deep breath. Now comes the real challenge, practicing as pharmacists and caring for your patients independently. But you should know, you got this. Go out there with confidence. You have the skills, the knowledge, the know-how. Even more important though, are the lifelong friendships you formed with your classmates, people you can lean on and in turn provide a shoulder to. Stay in touch with each other, be there for each other, not only to give, but also receive help, advice, and words of wisdom. Congratulations, class of 2021.
Congratulations, class of 2021. The wild ride of your education is now ending, and I am so proud of you all. The ups and downs of the past 4 years will probably never be forgotten as you move forward in your career. You've seen your education transform in a way we didn't think possible. Online and open book exams, and you guys made it through. You persevered, and you probably went through more frustration and challenges that I could even ever imagine. And we were right there with you. And as a team of students, professors, and instructors, we listened, we all worked together, and we made it to the end. Well, hopefully the end. One other thing I want to say before I let you guys go is you also watch your profession transform almost overnight. We know that pharmacists have always been a critical healthcare provider, but in 2020 and 2021, the life-saving vaccines were in our hands, and you also provided answers for those unsure of what path to take, guiding them towards a path of more information. Remember, if you're ever feeling burnt out at work, you guys persevered through a pandemic. You worked through a pandemic, and you can continue to achieve the greatness and carry on each pharmacy shift, even though it might be challenging. And if patients are giving you a hard time, they can always wait another 10 minutes. Thanks, guys. Congratulations.
Congratulations, class of 2021, on this exciting day. Over your 3 co-op work terms, I've had a chance to talk with many of you about your hopes, dreams, and aspirations for your pharmacy career. It's never been more exciting to be a pharmacist. You have so many options to use your degree to the fullest, whether or not it's in community pharmacy, hospital, long-term care, government, industry, or even some of the newer pharmacy technologies using artificial intelligence, or even becoming virtual care experts. It's been great chatting with you over the past few years as students, and it's going to be even better to meet you as colleagues, mentors, and employers. This is only the beginning. Congrats, RX 2021.
Graduates, I hope those videos convey to you how important you are to all of us at the school. It's now my pleasure to shine the spotlight on each of our students graduating today. So nice to see you all. One of your PharmD classmates who was just presented takes a special place at the podium tonight. The valedictorian is an individual selected by their peers who has demonstrated leadership both in and out of the classroom, who is actively engaged in the profession, and who portrays an exemplary reflection of the class as a whole. This student is both well respected by their peers as well as the broader pharmacy community. I would now like to invite Kian Sarani, valedictorian for the PharmD class of 2021, to address you.
Dean Edgington, faculty, staff, distinguished guests, fellow graduates, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kian, and I stand here before you today, humbled, with tremendous honor, as I deliver this valedictory address. I wish circumstances were different, and that instead of looking into a camera, I was looking into the eyes of my classmates, those that were there from the very beginning, as we bid farewell to our pharmacy journey. But before I begin, I must thank a few individuals, because without them, I may not have made it through these past 4 years. So thank you to my mom and my dad for your unwavering support and for teaching me the true definition of unconditional love. And to my roommates, Brad, Mike, Mina, Eunice, you've had a profound impact on me these past few years, and for that I will be forever grateful. And to Professor Nakla, Professor Barrett, and Professor Richard, you have been with our class from the very beginning, from our very first week at pharmacy school right until the finish line. But beyond the academic knowledge that you've bestowed on us, it was your guidance and mentorship outside of the classroom that touched our class more than you will ever know. And to my classmates, thank you for trusting me to represent you one last time. I would like to extend this moment of gratitude to all of our professors, staff, parents, and siblings. Thank you for your ongoing support through the best and worst of times. And to the University of Waterloo School of Pharmacy class 2021, we made it. Take a deep breath and exhale. It feels as if it was only yesterday as we walked through the doors of the pharmacy building, anxious and frightened of what pharmacy school was going to be. Wearing our Frosh t-shirts as we filed into PHR 1009, making eye contact with our classmates for the very first time. I remember thinking to myself that I didn't belong. Will my peers accept me? Will I be able to make new friends? Will I even be smart enough to sit through a lecture of professional school? But I think it is safe to say that from the bottom of my heart, that this uncertainty I had on day one was quickly washed away by the approachability of my peers. We all had the same fears, and I could not have asked for a better cohort to grow with, to learn with, and to bond with throughout pharmacy school. We know it in our hearts, and we've talked about it as a class, but I have to say it once more. There is truly something special about RX 2021. We became more than colleagues. We became friends. We became more than a cohort. We became a family. And you know that's family with a PH. So RX 2021, we made it. We made it this far. We made it through 4 years of an intense academic curriculum. We made it through 9 IPFCs, 6 months of clinical rotations, 3 co-op terms, courses like PK, anatomy, physiology, pharmaceutics, anemia, ametros, CSL, and everything in between. So let me take a minute to reminisce and reflect on some more specific memories of our academic journey that I will never, ever forget. I will never forget the stress and the pre-exam jitters while our class huddled together in the hall outside of 1009 before an IPFC exam, or that cathartic feeling of relief pressing submit on Exemplify. I will never forget seeing the antimicrobial spectra for the very first time, and I'll be the first to admit that Pseudomonas still haunts me to this day. I will never forget Dr. Edgington's quirky moments admiring her nails on the projector screen as we frantically learned about therapeutic windows, or that intense passion from Dr. Alsabag as he emphasized the bottom lines of all hat and accord. I'll never forget the embarrassment of fumbling at an OTC council in front of the whole class, or the kind words of encouragement that followed from my classmates telling me it was going to be okay. I will also never forget those 15 minutes of peace halfway through a 3-hour lecture as we refilled on dispensary coffee and chit-chatted with our friends. Or all those times hanging out in the student lounge, away from studying, enjoying each other's company, like the great ping pong tournament of RX 2021, or all of those awesome off-site events like Beach Day, the Jays game, and the OPA Cup. This journey was not easy, and it was filled with many sleepless nights, laughter, and tears. But as we reflect on these memories, it seems as if the academic content was not the most important part of school. It was that we did it together. Perhaps the true award is not the degree, but the friends we made along the way. Pharmacy school has been a time of enormous self-growth, both in a personal and professional regard. We are most certainly not the same individuals that we were back in 2018. It feels as if we blinked and 4 years have flown by, and we dearly miss the presence of each other as we completed those last few terms online. But as we close this chapter in our lives and turn the page on a new one, I want to encourage you to remember all of the non-academic lessons and values that we have learned. Wherever you end up, whether it be in community, hospital, industry, or maybe not even within the field of pharmacy at all, remember to hold true the values that Waterloo has instilled in us. The values of compassion, respect for each other, ourselves, and our patients. Advocacy, professionalism, and dedication to our crafts, as our white coats hold so much more meaning now than they ever have before. As we transition from students to working adults, I know many of us are scared for what the future holds. The future is uncertain, but that uncertainty in of itself is the blank canvas on which we can paint our own destiny. We are RX 2021, and we can do anything. I cannot wait for the day to rejoice with you all and celebrate our incredible accomplishments in person. So with that, I will leave you with one of my favorite quotes. The great author Charles Dickens once said, "The pain of parting is nothing compared to the joy of meeting again." So to the University of Waterloo School of Pharmacy, class of 2021, good luck, but you won't need it. Thank you.
Thanks, Kian, for your inspiring and humorous words and for mentioning PK and my nails. I think the student body made an excellent decision in choosing you as their valedictorian. I now invite one of our alumni, Caitlin Binkowski, our Director of Admissions and Undergraduate Affairs, to introduce the winners of the Mortar and Pestle Awards.
Thank you, Andrea. Good evening, RX 2021 students, family, and friends. It is my pleasure to present this year's Mortar and Pestle Awards. The Mortar and Pestle Award signifies exemplary academic achievement. This award is presented to graduating PharmD students who have achieved an overall cumulative average in the top 10% of the class. Before I announce this year's award winners, I would like to take a moment to celebrate and acknowledge the academic achievements of the entire class. You all demonstrated commendable academic aptitude and resiliency during challenging and unprecedented times throughout your final 4 academic semesters. Your Waterloo warrior spirit shone through, and I am so proud to call each of you my fellow alumni and colleagues. Now for the special acknowledgement and celebration of our 2021 Mortar and Pestle Awards. In alphabetical order, our first recipient is Rayhan Ahmed, Catherine Meredith Anderson, Elisa Basil, Eva Durango Adem, Nicole Javia Zidovic, Jace Hui, Navreet Kara, Svetlana Lichmanova, Quinn Nguyen, Tegan Odlin, Treva Kathleen Sadler, and Mina Schweider. Congratulations to all the M&P Award winners this year. And again, congratulations to all RX 2021 students for all of your academic achievements in your PharmD journey.
Thank you, Caitlin. The school has several awards that recognize student achievement, and it's now my absolute pleasure to announce the recipients of these awards. Our first award, the Lisa McLean Award, is near and dear to our hearts. Lisa was our first pharmacy technician working in the professional practice lab. She was joyful, competent, and hardworking. Lisa passed away a number of years ago, and this award was made possible by donations from Lisa's friends and colleagues. The Lisa McLean Award is presented annually to a fourth-year pharmacy student based on academic achievement and demonstrated interest and growth in knowledge and skills acquired in the professional practice lab sequence. This year's award recipient is another Lisa. Congratulations to Lisa Ross Choi. The Charlie Bailiff Award is presented annually to a fourth-year pharmacy student who has accepted a position as a pharmacy resident following graduation. This fund is made possible by friends and colleagues in memory of Dr. Charlie Bailiff. Charlie was a hospital pharmacist with a passion for education, and he practiced for a number of years at the London Health Sciences Centre. This year's recipient of the Charlie Bailiff Award is Jace Hui. All the best in your residency, Jace. The Fresenius Kabi Student Leadership Award is presented annually to a fourth-year pharmacy student who intends on pursuing a career in hospital pharmacy and has made significant leadership contributions to the school with a cumulative average of 75% or higher. This year's recipient is Kiara Shupanik. Congratulations, Kiara. Dr. Frank and Juliana Wong Patient Care Rotation Awards are presented annually to 3 fourth-year pharmacy students to assist with their last 6 months of study. Selection is based on student goals for the patient care rotations and plans to participate in and contribute to the community of practice. This year's recipients are Melissa Abraham, Christine Doki, and Courtney Simpson. Congratulations, Lisa, Jace, Kiara, Melissa, Christine, and Courtney on the receipt of your award. And now we move on to each year members of the graduating class. They nominate their classmates for awards that speak to student experience. Usually, this awards presentation is made at the grad formal, but we're using this forum to celebrate our winners today. The Society of Pharmacy Students Leadership Award is given to a student who displays exemplary leadership inside and outside of the classroom throughout the 4 years of the program. Involvement may be in local, regional, provincial, and/or national committees and organizations. The recipient of this award is your valedictorian, Kian Sarani. Congratulations, Kian. The Cooperative Experience Award is given to an individual who in their co-op placement was ranked as very good, excellent, or outstanding. While completing their work term, they went above and beyond the expectations and requirements for co-op. During their placement, they implemented an innovative or creative idea into practice, and/or they exemplified the change in pharmacy practice towards patient-centered care. The recipient of this award is George Daskalakis. George, this comes as no surprise to me. If I think of innovation and creativity, you're right on the forefront. The Future of Pharmacy Award recognizes an individual who the graduating class sees as someone who has great potential to make a difference in the profession of pharmacy. This student is someone who's demonstrated innovation, leadership, and an underlying passion for making a change. The word innovation should be a giveaway here for the recipient of this award. Congratulations, George Daskalakis. The Community Engagement Award is given to a student who has dedicated their time to be involved in the community and who's made an impact through their volunteer work on a local, national, or international level. The recipient of the Community Engagement Award is Lisa Ross-Choi. Congratulations, Lisa. The Undergraduate Student Experience Award is given to a student who went out of their way to assist the school in various endeavors that were not for credit. Student ambassadors, student representatives on committees, or students who were always willing to donate their time to various projects for the school. While many of you were significantly involved in school activities, and thank you for that, one of you captured the top spot. Congratulations to Kate Lim for receiving the Undergraduate Student Experience Award. Congratulations to Kian, George, Lisa, and Kate. So it's now my great pleasure to present the Student Support Recognition Award. This award provides the graduating PharmD class with an opportunity to recognize a faculty or staff member of the School of Pharmacy who they feel has had a positive influence on their undergraduate experience and made a real difference during their 4 years of studies. Dr. Cynthia Richard is this year's recipient and was last year's recipient as well. Dr. Richard is the school's Associate Director of Curriculum and an absolute favorite instructor, and has been for a very long time. Her competence in the subject area she teaches is clear, but it's the other side of teaching that endears. She truly has a student learning experience first and foremost in her thoughts, and she embraces active learning techniques to engage students in material. She's a self-declared softie, she might not like me for saying that, and is really able to meet students right where they're at. I want to take this opportunity to thank you, Cynthia, for keeping our teaching efforts on track when everything went virtual in March 2020, when things went hybrid in 2021, and as we moved back to in-person in 2022. You managed this with competence and grit, and always, always with the student experience in mind. I invite Dr. Richard to say a few words.
Thank you so much, Andrea, for that. And I'm pretty sure that in the picture that was shown on the screen, I was laughing at one of my own jokes in it by the looks of it. I wanted to start by, first of all, thanking this cohort for this. This is a great honor. You are a cohort that is very near and dear to my heart, and I wanted to congratulate all of you for reaching this very significant milestone, and a special congratulations to those of you who are award winners as well. I have to say, one of the things that haunts me the most over the last couple of years during the pandemic has been how your class really had the rug completely pulled out from under you. So I literally remember on a Wednesday one week, a number of you sat in my office. We did a check-in activity in professional practice 5, and I had a chance to chit chat with several of you, and it was great. And literally the next day we found out that everything was shutting down on us. And for you guys, that's been very tough because you also haven't been back. And I know many of you wanted more than anything to be back for this particular activity. And so that's been really tough. But despite the disappointments, I want you to look back at your 4 years together with a lot of joy, just thinking of how much fun you've had together, how much you've grown together, and how much you've learned. So I remember seeing you in the classroom, even though we haven't seen each other in the classroom for a while. I remember where everyone sat. I remember the people that sat in the front row, the people that sat in the back, and so on. And I remember some of the questions you asked me early on. Some of them may have, at the time been you know, ones that reflected that maybe you didn't know all that much about pharmacy at that time, but now any question that any of you would ask me would have me completely stumped. So I want you to look back and see how much you've grown and how much you've learned. I remember with such fondness when I was still getting to know you, how a full table full of students met with me for coffee to tell me what it was like as a student with regards to your mental health, and told me how the program was impacting your mental health. And that made such a big difference. So just hearing from you led us to make changes. There's always room for improvement still, but if it wasn't for that time that you took to do that, there's things that wouldn't have changed the way they have. And that's what your class is like. You take the time to make things better. I loved hearing all of your stories. I loved hearing about your engagements and seeing photos of your pets and everything like that. I think your class was the best at laughing at my jokes. I don't know if that's a compliment to you, but regardless, you were. And I even found out that someone else in your class shares my appreciation for New Kids on the Block and Backstreet Boys, which was also wonderful. And I gotta say, one of my favorite memories from your class was the video that you made after your 3A term. So again, you had the rug completely pulled out from under you. Everything was changing really fast, and rather than just dwell on how hard it was, you actually made a video to thank all of your instructors, and that was so kind and so thoughtful, and just to me was such a reflection of who you are. And I have no doubt that the kindness and resilience that you've shown these last 4 years will continue on into your future careers. And I really can't wait to hear from you. Please keep in touch. I want to know what you're doing. And as I say to every graduating class, don't embarrass us on your PEBC exams. Thank you so much, and congratulations.
I can't believe you just said that, Cynthia. But congrats on receiving the Student Support Recognition Award as voted by this graduating PharmD class. Cynthia's a joker, so we all know this in the faculty and staff, and we support it. Over these last 4 years, you've developed close relationships with many of your classmates. Your memories will be of the time you spent with your cohort, both inside and outside the classroom. Here's a glimpse back at some of those special times. such great pictures. A lot going on outside the classroom. We really hope that this evening has provided an opportunity for you to celebrate this major milestone in your life. I want to take just a moment for a very special congratulations to our PhD graduates, Paul, Amy, and Yannick. You've been in post-secondary education for a very long time, some of you having done a PharmD or other degrees before embarking on another 5+ years of a PhD. The PhD degree is coveted, and you have earned it. So please enjoy this moment. I so look forward to watching your leadership blossom in your chosen field. To all of our outstanding graduates, every single one of you, I am proud of what you've achieved during your tenure with the school. We know that you're exceptionally well prepared to embrace uncertainty and to take on challenges that lie ahead. Your future career in pharmacy will benefit our healthcare system and positively impact your patients and your communities. We know your future is bright. I encourage you to keep learning, stay connected with each other, stay connected to the school. You're our students for a short time, but you are Waterloo Pharmacy alumni for a lifetime. So congratulations to you all and have a lovely evening. Take care, everyone.